Welcome back to the Switch Sports Golf Pro League, and I am itching to forget about that last round. Let's put up a good one today. We've got my teammates once again, Leo and Alex are here. They played a good round last time. All right, new seed, whole new game. Let's see if we can do better this time around. 19 under is going to be a score that I want to forget by the end of this stage. Let's see if we can start that process here with a nice redemption round. Okay. First hole looks pretty straightforward. 2 miles an hour and front pin. Let's see if we can hit an eagle here. It's not the most predictable. I think I know roughly what to do, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll try to make this. I'm pretty confident that it's a good strategy here with what I'm going for. Let's aim it one square to the right. Hit it with like middle of that third dot of power. And let's hope that works. Okay, is that going to be good? Let's see. That should kick to the left a little. Oh, and it lips. Tough one there. Okay. I did what I wanted to do. I was somewhat confident that it would work. It just hits the pin a little bit too hard and doesn't fall. And it looks like a lot of people had very, very similar reads and similar results. Deception on hole 1. 2 miles an hour, front pin, no eagles. That is baffling. Okay, we'll move on to hole 2. Let's see what hole 2 has in store. It's the middle left pin, and it looks like some crosswind. 2 miles an hour of crosswind here. Let's see if we can hit a good shot here. We'll have to hit it with a little bit less than 3.5 dots of power. Right about to there should be pretty good. Let's see if we can give this one a good look. Oh, there's an ace. Zen has made the hole-in-one here. Mine is on its way. It's looking not great. That's not going to be a make. That'll zip back. And it's just a little too little on the power. Okay. The pins on hole 2 are a lot further back in competitive mode than in local mode where I see this pin all the time, and the adjustment that you have to make to the power is pretty substantial. I just don't do enough there. We'll have to tap it in for the birdie. Second hole in a row, we'll tap in a birdie. So we see one ace from Zen. Once again, 2 miles an hour, and just the makes don't want to be there. But a nice one for Zen. He'll push to the lead. Everybody else has birdies through 2. All right, we'll move on to hole 3, and this looks like a tough wind condition. Let's see what we're actually dealing with here. It is 11 miles an hour, crosswind, but a pin that's not so bad. I mean, it's going to be difficult to make this pin with this sort of wind, but it's a good pin, so we'll try our best. We'll hit this first shot out there. That should push safely left of that big tree, and we'll just kind of end up in the fairway somewhere. Alright, that'll be a good spot to be. We should be able to just put this between those trees. And with this wind, it's going to be quite difficult to put this one near the green. I actually just can't do it. The driver just doesn't go far enough to push it as close as we want to be. But that should just kind of collect at the end of that fairway. And we'll have an upwind chip here. And we'll see if we can hit a good one to maybe make this eagle. Oh, this is tough actually. I can't hit this as far as I want with the wedge. I really want to hit this one quite a ways past the pin and try to spin it back that way, but I just don't think it's possible with the 3-dot wedge. Oh, I maybe should have left that in the fairway intentionally, but not a lot you can do. I didn't quite know where that would end up with 11 miles an hour, so we'll just have to try our best. I'm still going to hit the spin shot about full power on this and just see if that works. A lot tougher than hole 3 usually is. Let's see if we can pull something off here. Full-ish on that shot. That's going to zip back and just miss on the right side. Just a little bit off. And look at that. We see a couple close calls, but no makes yet. Wow, hole 3, no eagles. I feel like, I mean, we're playing with a lot of the best players in the world here. The conditions that we're seeing are just bafflingly difficult on holes that are typically easier. We just keep grinding, though. That's what we have to do. And once again, we see this tough pin on hole 4 and some tough wind to go along with it. Okay, 15 miles an hour in the face is what we're going to be seeing. We'll aim it out to about there. We'll hit it with a bit more power than usual on this 3-iron. Let's see.
Nice shot.
I think that's a decent shot. That's going to trend in an okay direction. Oh, it's going to zip back too hard, though, with all of that headwind. So we'll leave it in a good spot. That should be pretty much a tap-in birdie. However, I did miss this putt, lipping all the way around. Oh, almost exactly like that. Was that a putt from somebody there? Wow. This one I have to be careful with to make sure I don't leave it outside the right edge. You do still have to aim it at the right edge. Okay, we sink it. Looks like a simple putt. but I had a little bit of remembrance of a previous situation where that didn't go so well. All right, so it's still a struggle. 4 under is what I'll be at. Just birdies through the first 4 where you really want to pick up some eagles. Just not many chances. I mean, hole 1 looked easy. Nobody made it. Hole 3 was difficult. Hole 4, extremely difficult. Hole 2 was just, like, weird. Zen made it, and a nice shot to Zen. And we see, okay, 9 miles an hour here. Can we reach this green in 2 with this wind? We might be able to. And this would be huge. This would be a much, much needed eagle. Let's aim this out to the left a decent amount just to make sure that we miss all of the trouble. Don't want to put this anywhere near any leaves or trunks or anything like that. That should be a pretty good line. A couple people cut it closer to the tree, and that would have been okay. But I think we'll all end up in spots where, you know, everybody has a pretty equal chance to try to put this on the green, or at least pretty close to it. And we are all roughly in the same spot. Okay, let's aim this just a touch out to the right. This should push a little left in the air. I don't know if this makes it all the way, but we'll hit a full driver and see if it does. It looks like people are coming up just slightly short, and I will as well. Now, do we want to putt this or chip this? What are we looking at here? Leo has made the chip in. The putt may move slightly, so I think I'll actually go for the chip. We'll aim it just a touch to the right. Hit it with just a little less than pin high power, and hopefully this works okay. The chip is on its way, and we'll sink it. Okay. A little bit scary to chip that, but we'll make it. There's a nice, much-needed eagle on hole 5. All right, so it's eagles for, oh wow, everybody but 1 there. So not the easiest hole 5, but it was pretty doable. We see a whole bunch of eagles, and the pace is looking a bit better now. We'll move on to hole 6 and hope that the rest of this front 9 is, you know, nice enough to put up a good score. And this is a good situation. 2 miles an hour, accessible back right pin. This is the kind of thing you want to see on hole 6. Let's see if we can take advantage of it. We'll hit that drive out to there. Now that should just kind of collect towards the end of that fairway on the right side. And we'll be in the zone where you can just send it straight through the trees. The trees should not be an issue here at all. And now we'll just have to aim this out to the left a touch. I'm going to say about there. Should be pretty good. It's 2 miles an hour, but it's a long shot. So we'll aim it a square and a half left. And now the landing point needs to be a little bit left anyway. That looks pretty good. We'll club back down to the 5. I just used the 3-iron to aim. And we'll hit this with a little bit more than 3.5 dots of power. That should be good right about there. Let's see.
Nice shot.
I think that's pretty good. Let's see where it ends up. That looks okay. That should... Oh, it hits the pin. Ah, just off on that one. Will we see any makes? Doesn't look like it. At least not yet. I'll tap in the birdie. You know, hole 6, escaping with a birdie often feels pretty good. There, we could go for the eagle a bit more aggressively. Just missed it. So once again, we see 2 miles an hour. Now, granted, hole 6 is always one of the tougher ones, but no eagles. A lot of lighter winds, but a lot of deceptive conditions. I'll be in the lead, though, at 7 under. Let's see if we can keep it together on this back stretch of the front 9 here. We're going to have, once again, it looks like some lighter winds. 6 miles an hour, not bad at all. And we have a pin that I don't have to use backspin on, which feels pretty good. Okay. Let's use the 3-iron at the start here. We'll hit it to about there for the power, and that should kind of collect in a pretty good spot. We'll want to use the spoon on the second shot with this wind and with this pin. And that'll be a pretty good spot to be. 196 yards, and we can aim it between those trees with the spoon. Let's club up to it. Let's aim it to there to start, and then go 1, 2, 3, and a touch more beyond that. We'll hit it with, call it, that much power. And let's hope that that's good. Okay, there's the exact shot I wanted. Now, is it going to be the result? It looks okay. Oh, it's just going to miss on the right side. Beef has made it, though. Very nice shot to Beef. Not the easiest eagle there. You know, I adjusted mine kind of arbitrarily extra, and it still just wasn't quite enough. It needed to be just a touch more. We'll tap in the birdie, and we'll escape the water on hole 7 this time around. Okay, so Beef will take the lead here at 9 under. Oh, did we lose Leo? Oh, no! My teammate got disconnected from the lobby. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, man, so I don't think Leo's score can count this week, or at least for this round, which is... Oh, that's such a tough break. He was playing quite well this week, too. And it's always good to have just, you know, a score posted at the very least. Alright, we'll have to finish this round without Leo, unfortunately. Let's see if we can hit this one pretty well. Alright, I want to use the 5-iron here with about 3.5-ish, maybe slightly more dots of power. And see if we can land this in a good spot. And zip it back. That feels like a decent shot. That should kick just left. Now, if that rolls back nicely, which I'm hoping it will, it may have a chance. Oh, it's just going to miss on the low side. Slightly overpowered with that little bit of tailwind. We'll have to tap in a birdie. Alright, we tap in a birdie. Hole 8, oftentimes pretty difficult, but we see a good wind condition there. One that gave you a chance at an ace, but it's never easy for an ace on hole 8. Did we lose A-Town too? Oh no, I'm the host of this lobby. And everybody seems to be dropping here. Usually I have a very good connection, but I'm not sure what's up with this. Apologies to Leo and A-Town. Okay, we'll move on to hole 9. Not the easiest hole 9, it's headwind, which always makes it a little bit more difficult. But it doesn't look too bad.
Nice shot.
And we're only playing with 5 people now, so I feel very bad. I'm the host of this lobby, and the connection just does not seem to be stable. People are dropping one by one, and it's only the front 9. Hopefully everybody else can stick around here. And secondarily, I'd like to, you know, try to put up a good score. The conditions, as have almost always been the case in this Pro League, have not been the best, but they've been okay. And we need to start making some shots. There's no getting around the fact that shots need to be in the cup to do well in this Pro League. Let's see if we can start it here. 11 miles an hour pushing mostly in the face. I think we'll want to aim this just a touch extra to the right. I'll hit this 7-iron and try to bounce it up there with maybe that much power, and hopefully that just gets slowed down a little bit by the wind. That feels like a pretty good shot. It'll catch... Oh, it'll catch the fringe, and that's going to bounce all the way by. Oh, what a tough break there. But if that was just a little bit shorter, if that got hung up in the wind a little bit more like I thought it might, that could be a good look at an eagle. Alright, the front 9 is over. Oh, we see 2 pars there from Zen and Alex, so... that one is one that if you leave short in the bunker, it gets you in trouble. It's also a really tough putt if you're at a weird angle on that green. But we'll move on to the back 9. I'm on an okay pace. 10 under is pretty good. Much better than the previous round. Let's see if we can put together a good back where scoring is often more abundant and try to salvage this round.
Nice shot.
Okay, it would be nice to put together a mid-20s round here, and it's possible. 10 under on the front and, you know, 14 or 15 on the back is entirely possible if we get some good conditions. Let's see if we can start it here on hole 10. For this one, I think we just need to aim it a little bit out to the left. Right about there should be pretty good. And now we'll just give this, call it 3.4 dots of power. And try to roll it up there that way. That looks pretty good.
Nice shot.
Let's see if that works. I like the way that's starting. That should roll out nicely and we'll make it. A very nice make to get this back 9 started. A good eagle on a slightly stronger wind. Ooh! Somebody just rattled that in. Who made that eagle that just... It looked like one bounced the cup. The name hasn't popped up yet. Beef will make it as well, so Beef's on a good pace here. I believe that's 13 under through 10 for him. And Vintago will make it as well, so a lot of eagles there on that hole 10 with some slightly stronger winds. And it was Alex also rattling one in, so a nice one there for Alex, my teammate, and it'll be 12 under for me. I'm still behind Beef by 1, but I'm off to a much better start in this second game of week 1. We'll move on to hole 11 here. We'll see a tougher front right pin, and what kind of wind are we going to be seeing? It's 6 miles an hour, but that wind direction's kind of okay. 6 miles an hour that way, not bad. We'll aim it just a touch more than a square and a half left. Right about there looks pretty good. And we'll put a tiny bit of extra power on this one. Let's see if that works.
Nice shot.
I think that's a pretty good shot. Hopefully it carries in the right direction. That looks okay. It's going to have to... Whoa, 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 whoa. No spin on that? Somebody else just zipped it all the way back. What happened there? Where did I catch on the green? Where that just doesn't spin. My shot itself felt fine. I mean, I did what I always do. That was quite unusual. Okay. We're going to have to tap in a 30-footer from the back of this green. Let's aim it right edge. Give it a good amount of power. It's a downhill putt. Hopefully that sinks. Okay. We'll tap in, or not tap in, we'll putt in a long birdie on a shot that just did not come back for me. And it'll be birdies all around, so a slightly more difficult hole 11 there anyway. I guess not the worst time for that kind of thing to happen. No aces, not much of an ace opportunity, just a longer birdie. We'll take it. Let's move on to hole 12 and see if we can maybe get some good scoring going. I'm on a decent pace. We'll see if we can keep on improving it. 4 miles an hour is what we're going to be dealing with here on this hole 12. Let's see if we can make something happen. It's a pretty good looking pin. The one in the middle of the green on that right edge is pretty accessible. Let's see if we can hit it, or at least leave it nice and close for an eagle. What we'll want to do here is aim it, I'm going to say, roughly there. I'm not entirely sure this is like totally accurate, but I think that's a good place to leave it. Let's hit it with that much power. And let's see if this works. I think that's a pretty good shot. That should make its way down there. Oh, lands short. Don't carry all the way. Oh, it lands short. Oh, but it bounces all the way by. Zen has made it for the albatross. Wow, I really hit mine too far with that kind of lighter wind. You know, I think I may have also caught a part of the fairway that doesn't kick way up in the air. So overhitting it really compounds itself, it seems, on this hole 12. So I have another tougher little putt here just for the eagle. Are we going to see a couple makes? We will. Alex has made the albatross as well, I think. And it was an albatross for Alex. Excellent. My teammate is coming through here. Let's see if I can sink this putt for the eagle. It looks good, and we'll make it. So 2 longer putts in a row in situations where that didn't have to be the case, but I make both of them. All right, so an eagle there for me will push me to 15 under, still 1 back of beef, but albatrosses from Alex and from Zen will push them to nice scores as well. 15 and 14 for both of those two. We'll move on to 13 here, and what kind of condition are we going to see this time around? Oh, it looks very straightforward. Okay. This is a good look. Now, I'm not sure if I have the tee position for it in this lower level, but we'll still try it. This may be a tee position dependent ace. We're going to have to see if it works, but we're going to try the strategy that I think we need to do. Club up to the spoon, hit it middle of the second dot on the power meter, and we're aimed a half square out to the right. Now that works out much of the time. Let's see if we have the tee position. That's the shot. Is it going to be the result? It's going to kick right. It's going to move back left, and we don't have the tee position. Oh, man. Oh, and that's a tough break. That's kind of a purely technical play, and you kind of need to be in the right spot off the tees. You put it just real close otherwise. All right, just birdies all around. Once again, it seems like a baffling light wind condition. A tough direction to read. Everybody put it close, but nobody sunk it. We're still all in our spots on the leaderboard. Let's move on to 14. Hopefully we get a good final stretch here where we can put together, you know, a good finishing score. Let's see. Hole 14 looks pretty good. Maybe not the best pin, but you know, 6 miles an hour is a very, very nice wind condition to see. Let's try to take advantage of it. Put this one down there in a good spot and try to put this close.
Nice shot.
I'm going to take a little bit off that drive just to make sure we don't hit that far tree with this tailwind, and that's a good spot to be. We'll just end up in the middle of the fairway, and we'll have a good look at trying to reach this green in 2 and maybe making an albatross. Not going to be easy, but let's see if we can pull something off here. 5-iron, I think, could be the play. Let's go for it. We'll aim it up to there. We'll give it about full power, maybe not quite. And let's see.
Nice
Let's
shot.
see if that's enough to do something cool. Oh, that moves too far right. It'll kick a little, or excuse me, left. It'll kick a little bit to the right, but it doesn't make a huge difference there. We'll just tap in an eagle. Just a slightly deceptively strong crosswind there. Didn't really put it close. We'll see a couple close calls, but looks like once again, we see a glide to a stop behind the pin. A couple that just miss on the right and left sides, so you know, if you don't make it, you just end up with the eagle. Everybody's going to be tapping in eagles here. Yeah, so eagles all around. Everybody maintains their spots on the leaderboard. 18 under through 14 is a pretty good pace. We'll see if we can improve upon that on the next couple holes. Beef is off to a nice 19 under. What are we going to get on 15? These final 4 holes can be so chaotic. They can also be really good scoring opportunities sometimes. And here we just kind of see an okay looking condition. I'm going to leave this down in the right notch of the fairway just to, you know, try to give myself a good angle without a whole lot of wind direction. So I just want this to be a purely upwind shot. No crosswind to it, and we'll see if we can put it close and maybe steal an eagle here. It's an outside look at an eagle. The wind's going to push this very, very slightly right. I think I'll want to glide this up there with the 7-iron. And now let's see. Let's aim it to about there. It kicks a little bit to the right off that front slope, so I'm going to call about there good. And let's just hit it with a little bit more than pin-high power. It's an uphill shot. Let's see if we can pull something off here. Probably towards the yellow dot on that power meter is where we'll have to put this. Ooh, that looks like it's a little bit short. We'll have to see where it ends up. It'll kick up there, glide. Oh, and just stop. I left it just a little bit short. A tiny bit more power on that would have been good. And once again, my power doesn't feel great on these backspin shots. I'm leaving them just a touch short of where I'd ideally like to put them. Last hole and this hole. You know, last hole it wouldn't have made much of a difference. But here, just a little bit more power might have gotten me there. Or might have at least given it a better chance. So this round of, you know, a couple eagles here and there, not bad looks at most of these holes. We make a lot of birdies, a couple eagles. Let's see if we can snag a couple more towards the end. You know, it's not a torrid pace for any of us, but I have 4 eagles on the scorecard. Hole 16 looks really bad. Maximum wind in the face. The worst situation you can see on hole 16. Oh boy, okay. This is one we're just trying to make a birdie on. And the birdie is not going to be necessarily the easiest thing to get. I leave that a little bit on the short side, but you do kind of want to be on the short side to allow the tree gap to be on your left. Is it too far left on me? I think it's okay. Do we have to go 5-iron here? Wow. What a brutal, brutal hole 16. We have to go 5-iron, I think, up and over those trees. Yikes. Let's aim it out to there. Hope it moves a ton. A little bit of extra power on it. Let's see if we can just put this on the green somewhere. That should be a pretty good shot to go around. Yeah, that'll end up in the area. Oh no, it zips back. Oh, everybody's probably going to glide to a stop. Oh, and I zipped back. 25 feet away. I guess it's not too bad of a putt, but... Oh, the zip back on that one never really happens. That is usually one that just glides to a stop. Fortunately, though, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad of a mistake. We'll just have to putt this one up there with enough power to reach the cup, and we'll sink it for the birdie. Hard-fought birdie on hole 16. That is sometimes a very nice eagle opportunity. It's birdies all around, though, so some nice reads on that extremely difficult wind for everybody. Everybody once again stays put on the leaderboard. I'm at 20 under. I've got 2 holes left to try to push this into the 20s. Let's see what we'll get here on hole 17. Is it going to be a tough-looking condition? It kind of is. How much wind is this going to be? 26 miles an hour. Oh, and that brutal front right pin. Mean, mean condition here. How do we want to handle this? I think we'll have to aim it out to about there. I'll take a little bit off this one with the driver. And hopefully just bounce it up there to a spot. I need to make sure I have the driver in hand. And hopefully just bounce it up to a spot where we can have a chance at a birdie. Let's see. I think about there is okay. Or at least okay enough. Almost full power, but not quite. I take a touch off of it. And that looks okay if that takes a good couple of bounces. Keeps moving. We'll be on the green. We're putting here. Okay. Ooh, nobody's on my screen, which is strange. Where did everybody end up? I don't know. Let's aim this. I think we have to aim it a touch to the left at the start. This is such a tough read on this putt. But we'll just hit it with 2 dots of power. Send it up there and hopefully sink it. Okay, right in the middle of the cup. No problem there. Now, where's everybody else? Oh, right about where I was. That's why nobody appeared on my screen. We'll see a nice putt from Beef that'll sink. Very nice there. This is a very difficult hole 17, but you know, it could be worse. At least the green was reachable. We'll see a couple people with good looks at it. Oh, Alex just lips it out, and that looked like it was a fringe putt and a very difficult one. Putting from the fringe is so much more difficult than putting from the green. That little fraction of an inch often makes such a huge difference in your ability to actually sink the putt. So we'll see 4 out of 5 birdies there. 21 under through 17, nothing to complain about. If we get a good hole 18, I can at least get a 23 under this week, and that'll be a solid, you know, first score to put on the board. Let's see what hole 18 has in store. Oh, is this headwind or tailwind? It's tailwind. Okay, initially it looked like headwind, but it's actually a quite nice tailwind. 22 miles an hour. We can put this out there to a nice spot
Nice shot.
and have a nice short second shot into the green on this par 5. So a good wind here on 18. My initial reaction was not accurate. Let's see if we can put this one up there close. Okay, just have to aim this a little bit out to the right. We'll call it about there. And this one may be a little makeable. We'll see if we can pull it off. I think my aim to right about there should be decent. The wind will push this slightly left. Let's give this that much power and see if we can fly this up there nicely. Okay, that feels like a decent shot. It's going to move in a good looking direction, take a nice second bounce, roll up. Oh, and it just, I think, clipped the upslope on that second bounce and really slowed down. Oh, if that catches a flatter spot, either on the fringe or something like that, or the fairway, or even just the very beginning of the green, that becomes a much stronger rollout, and it just kind of stops short of the pin there. But you know, it's a tap-in eagle. Oftentimes, all you can ask for on hole 18. We'll take a 23 under. That's a pretty good round. I believe I had a 23 under in the last season that ended up as a counted score. So overall, not a bad week 1. We at least put up one good score and one round that will hopefully be forgettable by the end of this thing. So I'll make a nice 23 under there. Beef is going to take the overall lead, so that little rivalry seemingly is going well for Beef. He's at 24 under. We'll see 22s for Zen, Inventago, and Alex. A pretty good round. You know, I can't complain about a 23 under, but something about that ceiling in the Pro League for me of 23s and 24s, I just can't seem to break through. We'll have to keep trying in the future, see if we can put together some good weeks, and try to push that score closer to, you know, like 25 or 27 some weeks like I've been able to do. But 23 is a fine shotgun score. We'll take that for week 1, a solid first score. We'll see you next week for week 2 of this Pro League. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Great games to my teammates, great games to all of my opponents as well. Weird first week, but it's over. We'll see if we can keep improving those scores.